Hi, everybody. So, it has been a while since I've posted. I don't really have an excuse except for I've run out of things to talk about. I don't know how people with these channels come up with all these different things to talk about, making videos every other day or every day. It's like my life's not that exciting. So I don't have anything to really say. But what I wanted to talk to you today was my bath salt addiction. I don't know if I made a video about this or not. But all right. So I was, of course, addicted to pain meds and like severely. And but I was introduced to bath salt by somebody who would just put it on a CD case in his truck and snort little lines of it. I tried that. I didn't like it. It was too tweaky for me. I didn't care for it. And so one time I was with this friend and he said, "Oh, well, I met somebody last night that smokes it off of aluminum foil." Well, I said, "Well, that sounds like a good idea, like something I should do." So I did. Poured it on a little piece of aluminum foil, poured some on, and with my straw and my lighter, and it melted into this amber liquid, kind of like when you put baked potatoes in the oven and the grease that you put in on them drips down onto the aluminum foil. It looks just like it. And so, and it would, it would run. You'd run it and, light it and smoke. The first time I tried smoking it off aluminum foil, I knew that this was my new love. There was no tweakiness for me. There was just this uplift, euphoria feeling of amazingness. And it was available in these little stores, these little chain stores like 7-Eleven or something like that, privately owned. And you'd go in and you'd say, oh, wait, no, there was a name for it. Gosh, I can't remember what it is now. I can't remember what it is now, but it was in a little round plastic wrapper, and inside it was a little vial. And so you'd walk into the store and you said the name, and the guy would run to the back and he would bring it out and sell it to you. So it was, not something they wanted everybody to know. But the store that I used to get mine at in my hometown, people would go buy it and then they would walk away from the store and they would drop the wrapper. So all around this store, you had these wrappers. They got busted because, everybody was being super dumb and dropping all the wrappers around the store, and people, the cops got wise on it. But it was amazing. It was, okay, so when I started doing bath salt, I stopped all opiates. Like, it took over everything. It became my life. When I woke up, see, I was prescribed Ambien. So, if you know, Ambien puts you to sleep. And so I would smoke bath salt up until like 4 or 5 o'clock at night in the afternoon. And then I'd stop. And then I would take my Ambien at bedtime and I would sleep. And I'd get up and start the whole thing all over again. I looked forward to getting up in the morning, reaching over, having that aluminum foil, and taking that first hit in the morning. When I talk about it right now, I feel that jonesing. That feeling that when you wake up, it's right there, and it And so when I would smoke, my toes, two of my toes, okay, say that this is your big toe, these two toes would go numb on each foot. And my lips would turn purple. Talk about killing brain cells and affecting my oxygen. Didn't bother me one bit. Didn't care. Didn't bother me. So the store got busted. So we had to start finding it in other places. So we drove to Binghamton. There was a store up there that sold it. There was one way out in the boonies in Vestal somewhere in New York. And but finally, it was through a whole summer. It was probably a good 6 months that I was doing it, and then it was nowhere, like just nowhere. Couldn't find it anywhere, and so I went back to doing opiates. But during that 6-month period, I sold everything. I sold all my possessions. I didn't sell my possessions for heroin. I sold all my possessions for bath salt. And there was a particular brand. After that brand with the wrapper, I found something in a little pouch called Disco, and that was my favorite. And it was $10, $30 for a pack, for a little pouch, $30, and I sold everything. If I could get $30 for it, it was gone. I sold my brand new laptop. I sold beautiful furniture that I had to a furniture guy for next to nothing. I had to have that bath salt. Like, I can't, it made me evil. Even my drug addict friends were worried about me. What does that say? I lost tons of weight, and I had lost 85 pounds throughout my addiction, but most of it was during the bath salt days. But see, bath salt made me want to go hiking and kayaking and swimming and go to the creek and ride four-wheelers with my friends. And so I was active. I still ate. I always, no matter what I was doing, I always made sure that I ate and drank water, because I didn't want to be that drug addict. So I made sure I ate meals, even if it was just one meal a day, a good meal with meat and vegetables. I made sure I stuffed it down me, whether I felt like it or not, but I still lost 85 pounds, and it was all during that bath salt period. I dropped weight so fast, and I thought I thought I looked wonderful. I thought I was just like Miss Sexyville, you know? And now that when I go back and look at the pictures of myself, my eyes are hollow, like black holes. Okay, in my DNA, my dad used to have, like, you see how I have the bags under my eyes? That's genetic. My dad had the same thing, which I hate, but it is what it is. But I had black under my eyes. I was so unhealthy. That stuff was so unhealthy that I was going to I called the ambulance a few times because I couldn't breathe. They diagnosed me with chronic lung disease, but what they didn't know was it was because I was smoking bath salt from sunup to sundown every day, and my lips would just turn purple. I still, of course, crave bath salt. I crave a lot of things. Like, we've talked about this before. I've got almost 8 years, but I still, every damn day, I think about using in one way, shape, or form. Something will remind me, whether I'm watching TV and somebody's shooting up, or or like when I bake potatoes and that grease drops onto the aluminum foil, there's always something that reminds me of it. And I sometimes smell bath salt. And it's just the memories, I think. Olfactor memories, maybe they're called. Yeah, olfactor memories. Where I actually smell it. Sometimes I'll smell crack. I am a drug addict. There is no doubt in my mind. I'm a drug addict. I crave it. I think about it. I was born an addict. I know I was. It just took the right drug, which were pain pills, to set me off. Because I'd done cocaine back in the day in the 80s, like everybody did, most everybody. Partied and did cocaine, but it didn't grab me like when I took those pain pills. It just did something to me that solved everything in me. Bath salt also solved everything. Solved all my all internal stuff. And so I also wanted to let you guys know that I've started microdosing. I had done it a couple years back, but lost touch with the person, and then found that the person had passed away. He suffered from terrible depression, and just overdosed. But so I haven't done it in like 2 years, and so recently someone let me know that certain things were available, and I've started microdosing because I suffer with depression. I suffer with chronic, debilitating depression and anxiety through the roof. And I can't take it anymore. And so twice a week, I'll microdose. And yes, it helps. I mean, it doesn't solve all my problems, but it sure the heck helps. Today's been one of the best days I've had in a very long time. No anxiety, no depression. Been working out, been going to the Y now for, on the 1st, it will be 5 months. And I do 1.5 to 2 miles. I walk on the treadmill at the Y a day. And so I've been doing good, except for suffering so with my mental health. And there is no question in my mind why I used things that uplifted me. And opiates, instead of downing me like they're a downer, apparently, not for me. They gave me energy. They made me feel like I had no problems in the world. Just solved everything. I could do anything if I had opiates. Shopping, cleaning, everything. They just gave me a lift. And that's what bath salt did to me. And so I know I was self-medicating. So not self-medicating for nearly 8 years has been hell at times. I haven't had happy, joyous, and free. You guys who know me know that. I have not had happy, joyous, and free recovery. It's just not my experience. It's been hard. So anyway, I've rambled on enough. So I hope that you're all having a good day. Recovery is possible. That's what I want to say. Recovery is possible. Just don't think it's got to look a certain way. Don't think you're doing it wrong if you are craving drugs every day. That's because you're an addict and you're gonna crave. That's just all there is to it. You just got to learn not to do it. You got to learn that no matter what, you're going to carry that load. You're going to say, okay, I know I'm going to crave. I know I'm going to want to get high. But I'm not going to do it no matter what. And so it's commitment. It's not a feeling. Because you're going to feel all sorts of ways. It's a commitment no matter how you feel. And it's possible. There are substances out there that are safe and like microdosing and do help. But all right. Hope you're all having a good day. Brightest blessings and God is blessed.